Hey, 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 hey. Oh man, damn. Come on, you gotta like whoever chose that beat, fam. Alright, welcome back guys to Dan Studios. I'm glad to see you guys. I'm glad to see you guys back. I had a lot of fun uploading my last video, Dan Wick, check it out. It's on my page. That video was so fun. Like, I need to make more of those. Guys, let me know if you want me to make more of those videos. Let me know what type of movies you want me to do parodies of. Because I had a blast. Like, this is what it's all about. My channel is all about me having fun through the camera. And hopefully, while you're viewing it, you're having just as much fun and laughing at the silliness that I be coming up with. But today's topic, I'm very interested in because I've always wanted to share this topic with you guys. I don't know if you noticed this, but I actually positioned the camera so that it's more personable. You can see me in full color, see my handsome face, and basically today is important because it's gonna be my first time telling a very a personal story. This story is so crazy that sometimes I don't even believe it's real. But if you read the title, you know that we're talking about the time that I took two girls to prom. Now, when I tell the story, it's not to brag about it because honestly, if I had to go back, I would redo it all different. Like, it was not my intention, but it just so happened that it happened that way. Like I said, like my life is full of just like strange situations that I end up in. But let's get on with the story because this is a good one and this is one that you will not forget. So, let's start off with, it was around high school year, and basically like I was a senior, and I was like one of those people that I waited till the last minute to ask a girl out. Like every guy in my class was asking girls out, and I was just like sitting around my table, you know what I mean, thinking about this, and I'm like, damn, like there's so many girls that there's like 3 girls that I want to ask, but I don't know how to do it. So funny thing is, there's this girl that was in my biology class that she kept on talking to me. And she's like, and we just had like good chemistry. You know how like you click with someone, like this girl was like my best friend, and so I know she wanted to ask me because of like the things she would be saying. To give you an example, like we're in biology class, so we're talking about like like how to dissect like frogs and stuff, and then she'll be like, oh yeah, pond should be fun, right? I'm like, yeah, no, it should be fun. He's like, do you think people will go? I'm like, yeah, I think people will go. Like, it was like questions like that. Like, she's trying to lead me to kind of start a conversation about talking about prom. For you guys that are watching that have not been to prom, these are cues. Like, learn from my mistakes. If a girl is starting to talk about these things, it's probably because she wants to have a conversation with you about prom. And the only thing you have to say, you cannot mess this up, is, so, are you going with someone? And the answer could be, no. I'm thinking about if it's not a direct yes, then if you want to take this girl to prom, you better be direct because you can mess it up. But long story short, I met this girl. I think it was after school. This is like the day before prom. Like prom is at like 8 p.m. the next day on a Monday, and this is like a Saturday. You know what I mean? So like, I met this girl. We're talking, and then all of a sudden she was like, "Oh yeah, I was like, I think I asked her like, do you have a prom date or who you going with?" She was like, no one. Do you want to go with me? Like she was just straight up direct, and I was like, sure, like sure. Mind you, this girl is like, I would say she's an 8. She's like attractive, very nice personality. To this day, like if you look at her now, she's like model, like she's a model basically. So I agreed to go with her. Now, this is the part of the story where it gets interesting because I just remembered that 2 days before this, a girl literally was like, "Hey Daniel, like, do you? By the way, this girl is just a friend, right? Like, I don't like this girl. She's a very cool girl, but she's not my type. And let's just say that she's the type of girl in school that was not very popular. So like she had like a small group of friends, and I'm talking about like 2 friends. The other girl had like 200 friends, right? So if I show up with this girl, I'm gonna be a popular guy now, walking in prom. Everybody like, yo, Daniel, look at you. I see you, boy. I see you, my boy. Like, and when all my friends are like, yo, you have a prom date? I was like, yeah, I'm going with her. They'd be like, what? No way. Nah, you capping. I want to see you. I'm like, yeah, no, we're going in a limo and all that. And I was like stunned, you know what I mean? But I remember that I asked the girl beforehand that was, not popular. And sorry, I didn't ask her. She asked me to go to prom. And for some reason, like, I just felt guilty. Like, by the way, like, you should never do this. Never feel like guilty. Like, be honest. Me, I was not honest. I told this girl straight up, like, okay, yeah, I'll go with you. Yo, this story gets so much crazier. So now I told two girls, right, that I'm going with them. Me, I don't know why. I just thought that I could like handle it in the moment, right? Mind you, these girls have not. They're not best friends. Like they're totally opposite. One is super popular, one is not. So I'm stuck in the middle, like, cause I'm trying to look cool on the other hand, and then on the other hand, I'm trying to do like a charity for the other girl, and I'm just like, this is not gonna work out. But anyway, let's continue this story. So basically, I devise a plan where I go to one girl's house because my mom, she has a car and she wants. I'm thinking that my mom's gonna like let me drive and pick up the girl. You know what I mean? We could like do a little smooshing in the car. Nope, my mom is like a babysitter in the car. Like she's like taking us chaperoning. But no, like if your mom tells you, oh, we're gonna drive you to the prom, don't ever think she's just gonna drive you to the prom. No, she's gonna ask a bunch of questions. It's gonna be like the Wendy Williams show. My mom's asking this girl a million questions, like how long you've known my son, like have you guys had sex, like literally, like that's my mom. My mom's Jamaican, by the way, so like she has no filter. She'll say whatever's on her mind. I'm in the back, like if I could turn red, I'll be red. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at this girl like, damn, my chances of hitting this is at like 2% right now. So we continue down this drive. I get out the car. Mind you, the other girl, the girl that was like, I'm not popular, I text her beforehand like, yo, I'm gonna meet you there. And she's cool with that. Like she's a super nice girl. Like, you know what I mean? She's not very argumentative. She's just happy to go with me, right? Because obviously like I'm a handsome guy, I'm nice, so what? So we're going, I get to the thing, fam, when my mom drives me and we pull up to the prom, I look out my window and I see the girl literally waiting for me. Mind you, like literally like pacing around the event hall, like damn, I can't wait till Daniel comes here so I can take pictures of him and show him off. So I'm trying to think like, damn, I gotta wait till this girl goes inside to get out. So I gotta come up with a plan. So guess what I do? I'm in the back of the car just like trying to make the conversation long, like, yeah, no, like, yo, mom, like, I meaning to tell you, like, yeah, no, I want you to tell me about like the birds and the bees. Like, I'm asking my mom whatever I can so she could keep me in this car. This girl looking at me like, Daniel, like, we gotta go. Like, they're about to like start the pictures. They're about to like do all these things. We're in the car for like 20 minutes. Kid you not. The girl, she doesn't want to wait outside. She sees her friend, so she goes inside. I'm like, whoo, just dodge that bullet. Mind you, this is like an hour just outside. People just talking. You know how it's prom. Like everyone's meeting each other. They're seeing each other dressed up nice for the first time. Fam, this hour felt like a whole day to me. And think about it. The prom doesn't end till like midnight, and the prom started at 8. So I have a whole long night to go. Long story short, so I get inside, right, and the girl's with me. Now as soon as I get inside, I'm like, you know what? I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. Let me go grab you something to eat and drink. So like it's prom, like you can distract people easily because like all your friends is around, especially the popular girl. Like she knows everybody. So I sent her to go talk with her friends or whatever. I'm besides going to get the drink and the food, I go straight to the other girl. Like, yo, I'm sorry I'm late. Like, you know how the traffic is. Mind you, there's no traffic. Like, you know how the traffic is. She's like, oh, it's fine. Like I said, this girl's nice. She's like, oh, it's fine. You know what I mean? Let's take pictures. I'm like, great. So I'm taking pictures of the girl. Mind you, the pictures, thank God for this, was outside in like a nice patio garden. It was the nicest thing I've ever seen. So we go there, we take pictures, and I'm like, great. And I told this girl, like, listen, I actually think I left something outside. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I think I need to call my mom because I think I left something in the car. Trust me, it's like, I really need it. She's like, okay, fine. Like I said, she's not argumentative. She's not going to ask me anything. I run back to the girl, and I'm like, yo, like, she was like, where's the food at? I was like, oh, the food? You know what? That line was too long. I'm not waiting. Yo, it's a good thing she didn't check the line, but I don't even think they were serving food at that time. Like, there's a certain time where they serve food. They're not just going to have food out the whole time. It was like a time where, like, they told you to get food. Me, this whole night, I'm just lying, right? Just lying. So I go to this girl, and she was like, yo, like, let's go take pictures. I'm like, great. Now, mind you, there's only one photographer. So the photographer see me with a girl, right? So imagine you're the photographer taking the pictures of this lovely couple, and then you see another guy, the same guy with another girl. Like, you're gonna be like, well, what the heck is this? Fam, I looked at that photographer like, yo, man, like, yo, this is my friend. Like, you know what I mean? She just wants a picture. It worked, right? Because I was guilty. Like, I was sweating. Like, it's funny because the photographer actually like winked at me. I'm like, okay, like, this, you're not helping. You're not helping here. You know what I mean? So we take the pictures. We go back. I distract the other girl again by saying something about, oh, I'll grab you a drink. Like, to be honest, the popular girl was so easy to distract because, like, she knew so many people there. Her friends wanted to have conversations with us. I'm like, thank you, God, for her friends being here, because my ass would have been burnt. You know what I mean? So so it gets to a point where we like start dancing. Like you have to dance. Like you have to couple up. So I'm like, oh man, this is the part where I get screwed over because these girls are gonna expect me to like dance. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking like, damn, like, you know what I could do? I cannot dance. And that's how I don't have to dance with any of them. So I kid you not, I go over to like my friend's table. Like there's a group of guys that were just sitting at their own table, and there was like maybe one girl there, but it was not like anything like romantic. Like it was just like a bunch of friends. And I just decided to sit over there. I was like, you girls dance, and you girls go twerk on each other, whatever. And I'm like staying in my corner. Mind you, in school I was a shy guy, so they didn't find that hard to believe. Like, yo, Daniel's not gonna want to dance. So I'm just sitting there. I'm like, okay, great. Now it gets to the story. This part of the story is where I have to figure out like what can I do to like keep this all like keep these girls from not knowing, because my thing is that they were supposed to. One of the girls, I told them that I was gonna drive them home because I think they asked me and I didn't want to say no. And the other girl at the last minute was like, hey, can I get a ride home? So I'm like, okay, like how's this gonna work? Fam, do you know that when we got to the end of the actual like prom, this girl goes in the car with like a bunch of other people, and sorry, not a car, a limo, like a stretcher limousine, a nice one. She goes in the car with a bunch of other people. I'm like, and then she says, hey Daniel, come on board. Mind you, there's like 20 girls in that car. There's like 6 guys. And I was like, where you guys are heading? They were going to an after party. Like, this is every guy's dream. If you were to prom, you want to go to an after party, because that's when you actually like do stuff that the teachers are not around. You know what I mean? You don't have to watch what you're doing. You can be wild. I'm talking about like do whatever you want. Fam, I tell the girl that's nice. I tell her like, yo, like honestly, like my mom's gonna pick me up. Like I have to help her. She's like, well, that's fine. You know, she gave me a kiss, whatever. I gave her a rose. She gave me a flower. Cool, right? I get to, mind you, the flower situation. Only one person can have a flower. So like if you came with a couple, it's only one flower. I had to beg the actual like person giving out the flowers, like, yo, let me get 2. They were like, what for? I was like, oh, my mom said she wanted a big one. Like I made some up. So that's why I got another flower. Anyway, I get to the limo and basically she's like, oh, we're going to the after party. I'm like, great, like it's lit. The minute I step to the limo, for some reason, my mom just shows up with a car. She's like, and she's honking. She's like, and not only is she honking, she's a Jamaican mom. So she's yelling my name loud as hell. Like the whole Brooklyn can hear me. Daniel, I'm here. I'm like, yeah, mom, I know your car. Like, and I'm like, come on. So I go to the car. I'm like, all right, don't leave. I told these girls, like, don't leave. I'll be right back. I go to my mom's car and I whisper like, yo, mom, like, honestly, like, you didn't tell me you were gonna pick me up, so I'm actually gonna go in this limo with the other people, and trust me, like I'll make my way home. Like I'll take the subway. She's like, oh no, it's too late. Mind you, it's like 11-12 p.m. I'm like, she's like, oh no, it's too late. I'm like, mom, trust me, like I trust them. Like they got me. They hold me down. She's like, oh no, we gotta go home now. Like I drove all this way. I'm like, fam. You know my mom made me go in the car. Like I was not arguing with her. Cause the thing with it is, if I argue with my mom, there's a rule. If you argue with my mom for too long, it gets to a point where like she's gonna stop using words and just bring out a belt, right? So like she'll like argue with you when you get in the car, you get home, and she's gonna whip me because I argued. Like that's my mom in a nutshell. But basically that whole night, like the whole night was a bust because I didn't. end up having fun at the end at the after party, which was being I don't even know what type of things took on in that after party. That's a part of my life I'll never discover. And I get home, and then the next day in school, these girls got sent the pictures, right, of like who they were with, like the guy that they were with, and they actually were sharing it. So for some reason, I don't know how this happened, but they just started to share. The two girls that I was with started to share pictures, and that's how they knew that was me. And not gonna lie, like they were giving me hell for it. Like they were not having it. They was like, "Yo, Daniel, how could you do this? I thought you were a good guy." I'm like, "Good guy? What do you mean? I held the door for you. I gave you I sat with you. I danced. I didn't dance with you, but I did some stuff." She's like, "Yeah, but nah, you lied to me. So you're not cool for that. I thought we were friends." I'm like, I thought I was being nice, but okay. And the other popular girl, she's like, I had a good time, and I don't really care. Like the popular girl, she didn't care, honestly, because she had a great time. Like that was her mentality. It's like as long as I go to this place, I had a good time, I'm fine. But the other girl that was like more on the not popular side, she like felt hurt because I could have told her the truth. So long story short, your boy here, he made a lot of mistakes. Not a lot, but that's one of the big mistakes. When I made a lot of mistakes in high school, but that was one that was kind of like an interesting thing. I'm glad it happened because I have to share the story with you guys so you can learn from it. But no, I thank you guys. Like I said, like a lot of my videos, I usually don't know how to end it. I thank you guys for joining me today for the story. I'm gonna put out some amazing content. I want you guys to comment. Let me know what you want to see in the future. Definitely recommend it to all your friends and family because I know I have been doing that. They've been like, "Boy, I know I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it." I'm like, "Okay, cool, cool," because I know that I do put a lot of work into it. Like it's something that you guys can't see, but definitely I do it for you guys. Like even if I always tell people like even if it's one person, you never underestimate that one person and what they can do for your channel. I always knew that going into this. That's why I did it in the first place. Because to be honest, like I expected the growth of the channel to be something where it's gonna be like word of mouth. I'm not trying to do like major marketing or spend money. Like if I wanted to, I could do that, but like I want to really grow organically and make this thing be very like fan oriented and like very loyal. You know what I mean? I don't want people to just come and go. So I thank you guys for sticking with me for this whole time, seeing me dance and seeing me tell these funny stories. I have so much more ideas to share with you, and watch the next video.